Hi everyone, this is Suhas Hegde. I am working as a solution architect, Salesforce solution architect with Visio. Today I will be demonstrating hotel licensing application. To quickly get started, I will be using four personas or four types of users who will be using Salesforce application, and I will be demonstrating different capabilities of each user. Initially, it will be a hotel licensing applicant or a hotelier who will be using Salesforce Community Portal to log in first, then access the various features of Community Portal and also raise a new application. Once the application is submitted, it will be the application reviewer who will review, validate, and approve the application. If a site inspection is needed, he will issue a visit or create a visit record. And then it will be the third type of user who is a site inspector. The inspector would be a field service agent who will visit the hotel, observe, take pictures. If there are any violations, he will record that. If everything is okay, then he will approve the site. And finally, it is the reviewer's manager or reviewer himself who will basically issue the licenses. So throughout this particular session, this is a recorded session, so you can, if there are any questions, concerns, you can note the timestamp and you can reach out to Visio anytime and we will be happy to help you. To quickly get started, as a license applicant or a hotelier, I will be logging into Community Portal. So this is a Salesforce Community Portal, and the page of it, every components that you see here is highly customizable or configurable. So there are certain tabs. These tabs are configurable and you can add or remove the files as you want. The branding is pretty much to HTTP at the moment. If there are any things that are to be tweaked, we can tweak that in later stages. Initially, when the user, the Jeff Duckwall, here Jeff Duckwall is the hotelier, is a community portal user. He will be logging in with his credentials to this particular community, and he will be clicking on apply for new hotel license to apply for a new license. There are a couple of other things the hotelier can do. He can visit the frequently asked questions. He can visualize his previous applications if there are any. By clicking on dashboards, he can review that. He can also use the FAQs here to reference the questions. If it is for renewal license, he can click on apply for renewal license to renew the existing license. If there are any amendments that are required to the existing application, he can click on this to raise an amendment request. If there is a termination request, he can do that also. There could be few top articles related to HTTP or hotel licensing. Those contents can also be put up here so that the users or the community users can reference that at any given point in time. There is a button called contact support. Clicking on this will take him to raising the support ticket or cases and get the assistance. To get started, in this particular demo, Jeff Duckwall is opening a new hotel, call that Hotel 81 Bugis, and he is seeking the license approval. So what he does is he logs into the community portal and clicks on apply for new hotel licenses. He clicks on this, it will direct him to a new page. Once the page loads, here you see the different steps. This is in Salesforce, we call this OmniScript or OmniStudio. These are the different pages on the right side. On the left side is the each individual page that the user has to fill in. In this case, Jeff has to fill in. Note that the number of fields that you see here, the number of pages that you see are highly customizable. For example, if you want to break the ownership information into two different pages, you can do that. If you want to club room information and ownership information into one page, it is customizable. For this demo, I will be using this out of the box functionality, a quick JavaScript button. In the real world, it should be the user who will be typing in all the information. But to fast track this demo, I will be using this out of the box click button. But in the real world, it will be the user who will be filling in each of this information manually. As I said earlier, it is the Hotel 81 Bugis, the new license that the hotelier here, in this case, Jeff, is applying for. The industry is hostel backpacker commercial. Here I'm choosing this as a hostel, but yes, in the real world, you can put it as commercial. Then the activity is hotel. The license category is license here at the moment. I click next. The important point to note here is if the user has a time crunch and doesn't want to fill all the details, he can save this as a draft and he can come back, log in with his credentials again to this particular portal and continue from where he has left off. OK, but in this particular scenario, I will be completing all these 7 pages. I click next, the new page loads up. Here, I can give a guided experience for the user to fill in each one of them. Like here, if he clicks on this information tag, he gets that, what is the purpose of this particular page. OK, I can build in the validation here. For example, NRIC, if I put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then, it says NRIC as an invalid format. However, if I key in the right number, then the error message disappears. So we can have that kind of validation so that the application is error free and the highest value is obtained to both the business as well as the end user. I click on next. If there are any mistakes that I have done, I can click on previous and go back to the previous pages. This is not just for this one, but throughout this particular page, you will be seeing this information. I click on next. I'll be taken to the next page, which is the room information. In the room information, there are few fields here. I click on here. As you can see, there are no previous date that I can select. I have to choose today's date or the future date. This is highly customizable. I can put something like, something like 30 days from today. You cannot choose the date within 30 days, or at least you should give a buffer of 1 month before, you are intending to start the hotel. You can do that. Is it a transit hotel? If the answer is yes, then I can display this dynamically that, if there are any rules and regulations the user or the owner has to take care of, we can basically display that. If the hotel is not a transit hotel, then, we can hide that. So this is highly dynamic. Note that this particular functionality can be included in any of these fields or any of the pages here. This is just a demo. So this is just to give you a feel or an idea on what the capability of the Salesforce OmniScript or Salesforce in general. If the restaurant is available inside the hotel, then you can choose yes. And if it is yes, then we can dynamically display, what type of hotel or what type of restaurant or what type of bar it is. If there is no restaurants available, then you can hide this by clicking no. So this is a highly advantageous to not make users see all the fields or, identify and play a puzzle on, what fields he has to enter. This is very dynamic. Here, I'll be choosing the restaurant is available. I click on vegan. I click the number of rooms as 25. This Bugis 81 hotel, Hotel 81 Bugis has 25 rooms. The number of beds is say 100. I click on next and I move to the next ownership information. Here I ask 2 questions here. Are you starting a new hotel or taking over an existing application? If I select purchasing, then nothing happens. If I'm taking over, then I can give the prior establishment details. In this case, I'll be choosing this as purchasing so that I will minimize the efforts to fill in. Now, on the ownership type, whether it is an individual owner, it's a partnership, or it's a corporation, LLC, all those things can be demonstrated. Here, for the sake of demo, I'll be choosing individual, and I can make the fields mandatory or optional as well. In this case, I have kept this as optional, but in the real sense, the individual ownership needs to be printed. So you can make this mandatory in the backend. Jeff Duckwall. Click on next. Now is the interesting part. Here, just like any other standard application, you can capture the digital signature. You can have the certification here. All these are customizable. You can change it. You can reword it. You can add couple of more pages here, make it more scrollable, and then make him sign. All these things are pretty much possible. Then I click next after signing this. This is basically the application fee details. Now, if you note this, there are certain elements that you need to take care. The base fee is set to be 0. These are all customizable. I will run through this BRE in the later part of the demo. However, this is very much customizable. And if you look into this, the total fees currently is coming out to be 125. That's because of the location fee and the additional fee, the seating fee, the seating capacity or the room fees. These are again, we did it based on our understanding, but in your case, this could basically be configurable. We can add few more or remove the unwanted ones and make it highly functional and customizing. Now, the room information that you see is derived to be 125. If I have to increase this one, what I need to do is I go to the room information. I click the rooms as say 100 rooms or 100 rooms and number of beds to be 25. Once I click next, you can see that the fees automatically changes. So in your case, for certification, for registration certificate, you can put the fixed money as 200, and for the other type of license, which is based on the type of license, number of rooms, you can basically do something like this. So that was actually the intention and the purpose of this particular demonstration. Now, just like in any other scenario, at times the customers may save this and return to pay the fees at later point in time. Okay, or he can definitely, if he's sure, he can continue to pay the fees right away. In my case, I'm going and paying the fees right now, but the customer can basically choose to pay the fees at later point in time as well. I click on next. I continue to make the payment here using my Visa card. I'll fill in my card details. I will put the full name, put the expiry date. The credit card details gets updated. I can save this for my future transactional details, or I can click next and continue with the application. I can add the attachments. In this particular scenario, the resume, you have basically the 9 types of applications, the 9 types of attachments that had to be added before the application. I will be showing only 2 of them. Initially, I will be doing with the resume. I'll use the Jeff Duckwall Hotel resume here. Once the resume is added, this non-grace out, I can click OK and this appears. If I'm not happy with this one, I can click delete and then again reapply that. So this is very feasible and the user can use it seamlessly. Similarly, I can upload the cover letter as well. I click on next. And once I click on next, here is the application for hotel license, the PDF, the entire information that I did apply comes down here. The hotel name is Hotel 81 Bugis. The intended start date is so and so. That is a transit hotel. There is a restaurant inside which is of vegan type. This is purchasing, not taking over. These are the rooms. All the details that I have entered, including the NRIC, the UEN, the hotel name, everything gets printed. So just to let you know, this is Salesforce standard out-of-the-box functionality that comes with public sector licenses. This is not any of the third-party toolkit that we have used to prepare the PDF template. Now I close this one. I can download this and use this as a future reference. This is basically my application. I can download and I can use it for my future references. For now, for me, I will be closing this. If you notice, the application got created in the backend. This is the BLA application. Note that this application number that is generated, this is an auto generation number, and we can highly customize this. For example, if you don't need BLA, you need STB hotel license, you can put as STB HLB, and then this could be the date of today and then the running number. We can customize this so that if the user reaches out this particular number, then you exactly know which date, which and what is the running number for that one to track the application in the backend. This is the application number 110. I click continue. And this will take me to my dashboard. If you notice, these are some of the references that I did in my previous for testing purposes, but the one that you have to focus is this application, which is in the status of submitted. So this completes the hoteliers community portal usage. Now I will be playing the part of an application reviewer, that is a Salesforce user. OK, just to reiterate what I just said in the first part, as a license applicant, what I did is I logged into the community portal. I accessed the features like FAQ, contact support. I was able to access the reports and dashboards. Then I can apply for a license. It could be a new license. It could be renewing the existing license. It could be the amendments, or it could be the termination request. In my case, I demonstrated this as a new application. OK. Moving on to the second case, this is the application reviewer. He logs into Salesforce, and what he does is this will be the home page. Once the user logs in, he will see this particular home page. I will take you through this particular journey in a while, but I want to highlight on what are the capabilities or what are the demonstrations that I will be showing you as a Salesforce internal user. You can log into Salesforce app using your desktop or using your web, Chrome or Safari or many other browsers. You can log into a Salesforce application. You can access the home page and CRMA dashboards. You can access your tasks. You can approve the record. You can review, validate, and approve the record. You can create an inspection request. I'll be demonstrating that to you. Logging in to this particular Salesforce. Allow me a second till the page loads. So now I'm logged in as a reviewer. This is the home page. This is the home page of this particular application, the hotel licensing application. Once you log in, you see the items to approve. The 1110, the record that we just created, or the record Jeff Deckwall has just submitted, is available for me, who is a reviewer, to approve this. This is a list of approvals that is available for me. The historical, my pending approvals, I can see it. There are recent records, the records that I was working yesterday, the records that I worked, a couple of minutes ago. All those recent records I can see here, so that I did not basically search it. The recent ones, it's usually the tendency of the users to work on the past or the records that the recent records that we have worked in the past. You can see today's tasks here, the important activities or the reminders, the notifications that I will have to complete, they appear here. In my case, this is only one application, but if there are plenty, then that will be displayed something like this way. I can see the CRMA reports and dashboards. These are very highly customizable. You can see the list of applications, the renewals, the new applications over the month, the top 5 hotel licenses that are basically that are applied recently. You can see that. You can see the types of licenses. These are very much customizable. The new licenses, this could be, in our case, this could be renewals, this could be amendments, this could be renewal. All the types of licenses are available here. Okay. You can further click down, and this is the high level reports, high level dashboard. But if you want to deep dive at one level deep or multiple level deep, so what you do is you click on efficiency and you can log into the complete analytics dashboard to see, what is the report, the ideal report looking like. For example, what is the inspection status? How many are completed? How many are in progress? The complete, 360-degree view on your tasks. Okay. So any components that you see here are highly customizable. You can move it to the left, to the right. If this reports dashboards, if new reports, new dashboards are to be added, it's are highly customizable. The entire screen that you see here, they are basically very much configurable with just drag and drop functionalities here. Okay, so this is called Hotel Licensing App, and inside this app, you see different tabs here like accounts, contacts. This is a home tab. These are scheduled inspections, all of these things. You can consider this as basically, a data table. You click on account. You can see the different list views, the different view of the account. I will cover this. I will cover the account 360 and the list views that you see here at later point in time. But I wanted to, quickly touch base on the different tabs and different functionalities that as a Salesforce user, you can do it. Now I'll go back to the home page. I will focus back again on approving this particular record. Now this is the record that is submitted by Jeff Deckwall for Hotel Bugis. I click on this record. This gives me the information or the summary fields. This is the owner, the room rate is 150, the number of rooms is 100, the number of beds is 25. I can approve this, or I can reject this, or I can reassign to someone else in the team. We can have 5 or multiple steps of approval. In this demo, I will be demonstrating a single approval process. But in your case, there could be 5 different levels of approvals that is required. It's not just one approval. Once you approve, it goes to someone else. Once he approves, it goes to someone else. Like this, you can have different steps. Okay. I can either approve this record as a reviewer. I can just approve this record by clicking approve right away on this particular page, or I can click on this particular record and read through all the fields and then approve it. There are 2 ways. One is, again, I repeat this. You can approve this directly from the home page or via record. There are other 2 ways as well. There are other 2 ways. For example, you can approve it on an email. If the email is triggered to say, in this particular case, the application reviewer, what happens is one of the application reviewer can basically type in yes in the email, reply all, and then it can be approved. This is one way. This is the third way. The 4th way is the chatter notification. The user can basically use the chatter. The chatter is a collaboration Salesforce toolkit, and you can approve that. So these are the 4 ways. I will be choosing to read through this record completely, read through this particular record, and then approve it. The couple of things I wanted to highlight here is once this is the business license application, the application that Jeff has just submitted via community portal. The top fields that you see, they are the highlight panel. These fields, these are the top 4 fields. you can customize it. You can drag and drop here and there. If you think some other important fields are relevant to your highlight panel, you can add it here. This is the life cycle. This is called Salesforce Path. What Salesforce Path does is it gives you a guidance, or it gives you the life cycle of this particular thing. So something like a stage. Initially, it will be submitted, and the end life cycle of this particular thing is to issue the license. So issuing the license is a completion, and there can be various stages here. As you stream through each one of the stages, you can have a guided path so that the user is aware of what is to be done in this particular stage, or to promote it to the next stage, what are the activities? For example, here submitted, it says that the guidance for success, that is for me to be sure on approving, what I need to do is I have to I have to verify the required attachments. I have to verify the business user details. Of course, everything here is customizable. Every elements that you see, basically, you can customize it. But I wanted to highlight here that, you might be seeing that, there are certain stages might not be required. Here we have considered 8 stages. For your business, it could only be 5 stages, or it could be 9 stages. We can customize that. And also, the life cycle of these stages can vary from application type to type. What I mean is, for new application, there could be 7 stages, but for application amendments, inspection may not be required. Okay, you can skip this and you can retain the 6 other values. For termination request, maybe only submission and review and then termination, maybe only 3 of them. So based on the type of application, we can customize these stages here, or the life cycle of the particular application. Okay. Now what I do is I quickly see that for in order to approve this particular record, I have to basically see the attachment. I have to verify the business owners. Example, there is no criminal record. Maybe I might be doing some research on this particular thing, and then I will be reviewing the record. The files, just to basically highlight on these particular fields, this is the auto-generated fields. As I said, auto-generated number, running number that I have shared. This is the today's date, the address keyed in by the user, the account, the type of business, all the information that is being filled here, they are appearing in this particular screen. Note that you can drag and drop these fields anywhere you want. It need not be this way. If you want to have 3 columns, the 3 columns can be set. If you want to basically hide certain fields from the layout, that is pretty much possible. Okay. So this is the file. This is the resume that the user has applied. In your case, it could be 9 different files that could be appearing here. Since for the demo, I have used only one demo. I have one file. I have basically added it here. Now, I find everything is OK for this record to be approved. So what I do is I go down here and I approve this. Please note the stage is submitted here. As soon as I approve this with the remark, approved, all OK. Maybe I did here. I approve this one. Once I approve this, you see that the stage automatically changes to application approved. And now the guidance for success is something new. So what I do is the next stage is basically for me to put this for inspection phase. But before I do that, since inspection phase is sending an inspector to the site, I want to be very sure that all the required information for the inspection phase is available. I put this as in review. I make this as the current application. Then I see one more time that all the information is appearing or not. Oh, I realize that the license condition is missing. The license condition is license 1 and license 2 for this particular hotel, and the transit hotel is yes. What I do is I click yes, I click save, and then I will create a inspection site here. Okay. If you look into this, particular thing, as soon as the stage is moved from application completed to in review, there is a new button, a action button here that lets you create a visit. Currently, if you notice, there is no visit here. Now I'm creating an inspection phase visit. It's completely optional. If I choose not to, then I can simply progress towards the next one. But for this demo, I will be choosing inspection site. What I do is I create a new visit. In this particular thing, I create the visit type as hotel inspection, the address as Bugis Hotel, Hotel Bugis, date to be tomorrow's date, that is 11th. I can fine tune the time here, but for now I will keep it as is. Now the visitor or the inspector. Here in this particular case, I'll be making inspector as Prakash. Prakash is the inspector who will visit this particular hotel and inspect the hotel on this date. Okay. I will put the special handling instruction for Prakash so that he is aware of what is to be done. As soon as I create a visit, a new record gets created. You can see this record appearing here. Initially, the stage is planned because it is scheduled for tomorrow. There are details here. The special handling instruction that has come, that is available here. There are for this particular demo, there are two tasks that are associated. The posting and public information, which has 2 checklists. The establishment, this has 7 checklists or 7 types of assessments. Again, these are very much customizable. If you need to add more tasks or more checklists, we can do that. Okay. Now what I do is, now I'll go back to my agenda. This is now I have completed the applying the license via community portal, and I have approved this license as approver. Now it is the site inspector. The site inspector will will visit the site. He's a field service agent. He will visit the hotel. He will observe the findings and then he will approve it. So for inspector, since he cannot carry the laptop internet over there, he should be a mobile user. Salesforce has Salesforce One mobile app, an out of the box mobile application. I will demonstrate it in a while. Using the Salesforce mobile app, the inspector, in this case Prakash Sawant, he will be logging into the mobile app. He will review the visit record. When I say review the visit record, he will go to the hotel, he will do the inspections, he will do the assessments and checklists. And then if there are any violations, he can raise it. He can take the pictures and keep the license record updated in real time. What I mean is, once he started the visit, the operation guy or the reviewer need not basically call him and ask, hey, where are you? What are you doing? In this case, as soon as Prakash enters the site, the record gets updated. As soon as Prakash takes the picture of findings or any violations that are seen in the hotel campus, that can be updated in real time. Okay, it's in a real time. There is no time lag. Everything is visible. The communication, the collaboration is happening in real time here. He can approve the visit. If he finds something, if he has raised the violations, he can cancel the visit and he can reschedule it as well. Okay. Now let me log in. Let me log in as a Salesforce mobile app, and I will share my screen there. Allow me a second. I'm joining the meeting. Okay. All right. So now I have completed this as a site inspector. I completed this as a site inspector. Now is the last part, that is the hotel licensing. The hotel licensing. This is the last part. What I do is I log in again to Salesforce and I issue the license. What I would like to also show you is I will see the inspection record and I will approve the license. I will see the inspection record, if there are any violations, what are the notes of the inspector, I will review that and then I will approve or provide the license. The two types of licenses, certification of registration and hotel keeper licenses, I can approve and I can give it once I'm comfortable. Then I will close the life cycle of this one by issuing the license. And I'll also walk you through the list views and account and contact 360-degree view. Okay. So for that, I log in once again to this particular record. This is the record that that we were actually working on, and you can see that the status changed all the way to inspection completed. Okay, I'll refresh this page one more time just to be sure that the values are populated properly. Here I would see that the visit which was planned earlier is completed. And then I would also like to show the photo. If you remember, I did actually capture a photo here. The photo that I captured during my inspection as Prakash Sawant. The photo is basically seen here. Okay, this can be uploaded for all of them. This is what the beauty or the power of Salesforce engagement here. You can see that all the informations are tracked and are not in silos. You can see the inspector details as a reviewer sitting in your office. You need not basically have 100 emails to basically collaborate and decide on. Everything is visible on the record. The complete 360-degree visibility is seen here. So what I do is, for now, before I approving this, one last time I will be validating it. To me, every information, everything looks fine. I see that there will be 7 types of files there. The visits, the inspections are completed. It's approved in the initial stages. So I'm comfortable to approve this. So what I do is I click on this approve record. I click this. And as soon as I approve this particular record, the new button appears here, the new quick action button. It's called issue license. What it does is it will issue me 2 types of licenses, the certificate of registration and the hotel keeper licenses. One button will auto generate a PDF and basically close this particular life cycle on clicking of this particular button. I click this button, it will ask me if I should email this or I should put it in the Experience Cloud site or send an SMS message. So for this particular demo, what I do is I will simply hit the next button and I will show you how the new license record gets created and the license is issued. As soon as I click approve or click next, the license issued, the new license gets generated automatically. And clicking on this particular license, what it does is it will show me the 2 types of licenses. The PDFs are attached to that particular thing. Okay. This completes the life cycle of the license application 110 applied by Jeff Deckwall for Hotel 81 license. There are a few interesting items I would like to display. I would like to show you. That is the decision explainer. Earlier, I said that how the fees were calculated to be. How the fees were calculated to be, $350. So what happens is here you can see various elements here. In this particular thing, number of chairs or number of rooms were 100. Now, if it is 200, the number would have changed. If it is 50, the number would have changed. There is no constant fees in my case. I would have put up that the certification registration as $200 and this calculation to be this one. So these are all, this BREs, the business runtime engine. This can be customized to the precision. Okay, whatever you want, we can basically configure it for you. The important thing that I want to highlight here is, if next year the number of items change, the license amount changes, then the historical license or the historical decision explainer will not change. This will be, the history will not be impacted. It will be only the new type of application that will reflect the new fees. Okay, so at any given point in time, if you have a customer calling you and asks why $300, why not 350, then you can open this particular decision explainer and explain him precisely there. There will be unified views as well. In the unified view, you can see the different types of visit here. If there are number of visits for this one, in this particular case, it's only one visit. But if there are multiple visits, multiple violations, that gets displayed or located here. So this completes the hotel licensing demo end to end. There are a few other things I would like to touch upon. That is the list views and 360-degree view. Now let me give you an example of contacts. In contacts, these are basically, this is a contact homepage. And in the contact home, this is the contact landing page, you can call it, because I clicked on the contact. This is a contact page. The contact tabs has several list views configured for me automatically. If I want to see the list of contacts or the hoteliers who are celebrating their birthday this month, I can see that information. If I want to pull the list of users who belong to commercial hotelier contacts, not the backpackers, not the hostel, I can generate that particular list. If I want to send an email to them, a bulk email, what I can do is I can click this, I can send list bulk email, send out an email to them to, multiple lists of users. There are 5,000 users, I can basically send out this particular email. I would also like to touch base on creating the list views. Say, for example, the list views that you see here, the columns here, say that, I don't want the phone field, or I don't want the title field. I want the email field to be appearing right next to this. All these are pretty much customizable, standard out of the box. What you need to do is just click on this button, click on select fields to display. You can move the field up. You can select the new field from available fields, click save. And you can see that the magic has happened here. You need not raise a service request. You need not, as an end user, you can do it. That's one thing. The second thing is, if you are working on a unique case or a unique list view, what you can do is you can click on this. You can create a new list view for yourself if it's not available here. And also you can define that this list view is visible only to you or all the users of your organization. Something like, if you want to all of your colleagues to see this, you can put it, or a particular set of users. Maybe, only the reviewers can see this particular list view. It's not, all the users, or it is not, just me, just myself. You can basically define this to this particular precision. You can simply create a new list view, And for now, I will be creating this as new list view. I can choose whether I need to see all contacts or only the hoteliers with whom I'm working. Or in my case, I'll be choosing all the contacts. I can choose the filters as well. Say, for example, now if I want to see the account is Bugis, I can put the account name as Bugis, and all the accounts related to Bugis are displayed here. Okay, I click on this save. A new list view got created. as you can see, a new list view got created, and this one, the one that you see here, can be arranged as well. How I can arrange this is, again, it's the same thing. I change the email, I can hide this title from this one, I click save, and you see the magic has happened. So this is how you see it. To quickly showcase the account 360-degree view, what I do is I will use Hotel 81 Bugis, the one that we just created. You can see the list, the fields here. The relevant one I will be explaining. I will not be explaining the entire account here. In the details, these are the important fields. The UEN is so and so. The hotel business email is this. The hotel website address is this one. The ACRA registration date. It's a type as commercial. The address of the hotel. All these informations are captured on this particular thing. Then another interesting thing is the account 360-degree, which is the related here. You can see the contacts. In my case, there is only one contact, but there could be, in the real-time scenario, there could be multiple contacts here. If this Jeff Duckwall is a high-profile hotelier, then you cannot be contacting him every time. There could be multiple contacts here. There could be receptionist, there could be admin. You can create multiple one, and you need not basically find out or identify who the contact is for a particular ticket or a particular case. That information is captured here at the contact. You can see the list of cases here. For example, for Hotel 81 Bugis, if there are previous cases that had come down for site inspection or some delay, the cases that are created are all visible here. You need not basically search multiple systems. Everything is in right from one console. You can see different types of applications here and the status of that particular thing. For example, previous applications, the renewals, all the informations are available here. So you need not basically look elsewhere. It's available out of the box. All the license issued, if the license is in inactive stages, if it is verified, all those things will be available here. You can also have the files here, for example, his FIN card if you want to see, or if there are any informations, you can basically have a copy of them stored here. So this is for the account 360. Quickly paginating to the contact, the same contact, Jeff Duckwall, who is our community portal user as well. Here there are pretty much the same information. You can see his birth date, his age, his email ID, his other details that are required for your engagement. The mailing address, the other address can be captured as well. There can be various tabs created. For example, the service here. In service, you can see all the types of cases raised by Jeff Duckwall in the past related to his hotel. That's available here. Then you can also see the cases, as I said earlier, the cases, the business licenses that he has applied for. We can trim down, we can remove the unwanted sections in future, but this is I wanted to just quickly show you the power of 360-degree visibility. You need not basically paginate at multiple places, but just from one tab like account, you can go to contact. From contact, you can go to the business licenses and get the things sorted. So this completes the demo. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach us at any given point in time. Happy to help you. Thank you. Bye.